Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Steelers stock watch, ILB Cole Holcomb. Player, ILB Cole Holcomb stock value, up reasoning. A lot of things have gone in the favor of Cole Holcomb since we last discussed him in this series. The most important development since talking about him on January 1st, of course, is the confirmation that he is healthy. In addition to the reworked contract and a Landon Roberts departure, the Steelers would appear to have plans for him. They have an abundance at the position right now, however, so it's unclear how they will sort it all out. The Steelers only got half a season out of Cole Holcomb over the past 2 years, thanks to a severe knee injury. That injury had him questioning his future in the NFL, and no doubt the Steelers did, too. It would appear those questions are answered, however, on both sides. Earlier this offseason, the Steelers reworked his contract, indicating that they don't intend to cut Cole Holcomb. Now, that reworking consisted of him accepting a steep pay cut, but pay is still better than no pay. The reason his status was in question was because otherwise he would be seen as earning too much. Now his salary is more in line with where he is in terms of uncertainty and role. But the Steelers also elected not to re-sign a Landon Roberts, whom they signed the same year as Cole Holcomb. While they ostensibly replaced him with Malik Harrison for more money, it's not immediately clear what their plans are. After Holcomb's injury, the Steelers quickly attacked the inside linebacker position. They signed Patrick Queen in free agency and used a third-round pick to bring in Peyton Wilson. Those two should see the lion's share of the snaps this season, but they like to use 3. Now, the question is, will the Steelers use Harrison as that third linebacker, or Holcomb? We have seen different reporters suggest one or the other, and frankly, either is plausible. Of course, we're not even in OTAs yet. There is plenty of time for actual performance on the field to decide these questions for us. With the new league year underway and the Steelers turning their roster over, it's once again time to take stock. It took a while, but we finally saw some of that change the team talked about after the season ended. Certainly, the move to trade for DK Metcalf qualifies as a change, not to mention the accompanying contract. Jalen Milroe's surprise draft invite has Steelers' fingerprints all over it. The Pittsburgh Steelers have had a habit of making their draft intentions clear as day in recent years. Head coach Mike Tomlin in particular doesn't exactly hide his enthusiasm when it comes to prospects he likes. This draft season has been no different, as they have met with several players at all of their key needs. Quarterback has been a hot topic, due to the ongoing stalemate between Pittsburgh and Aaron Rodgers. Whether Rodgers chooses to sign or not, finding the future at QB is at the top of General Manager Omar Khan's to-do list. That is why it's notable that one of the QBs they have met with recently received an invite to the 2025 NFL Draft in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Alabama's Jalen Milroe is a polarizing talent in this year's draft, to say the least. He has plenty of high-end traits, like his rushing ability and natural arm talent, that make scouts want to believe he can be the next Jalen Hurts. His overall game is far from perfect, however, with concerns over his mechanics and his down-to-down consistency keeping his stock from rising during the draft process. Still, receiving an invite to the NFL Draft is a strong sign that at least one team views him as a first-round pick. According to Jordan Schultz of Fox Sports, the NFL is limiting the number of players invited to the draft this year to those it views as likely top picks. While that may not guarantee anything in terms of where Milroe ultimately gets drafted, the league would undoubtedly receive backlash for extending an invite to a player who was never going to be selected early. That has happened in recent years even without the more selective approach. Titans QB Will Levis is a recent example, falling just out of the first round at pick 33. Raiders QB Geno Smith is another, with him falling even farther to pick 39. With all of that in mind, the Steelers are the first team that comes to mind who could view him as a first-round pick. They just lost Justin Fields this offseason to the New York Jets, and Mike Tomlin has expressed his interest in having a mobile passer running the offense. If Milroe is ultimately the pick, they better have a plan in place to allow him to learn and grow before getting a shot at being the franchise QB. Oh, the quarterback decisions the Pittsburgh Steelers must make. Will they draft one? Will they sign Aaron Rodgers? Regardless of that drama, here are 3 players the Steelers must avoid in the 2025 NFL Draft. Some weird scenarios could impact the Steelers' first-round choice. What if quarterback Shedeur Sanders falls to number 21? Yes, the Steelers have more needs than the quarterback position. They also need running back help along with additions at the safety and offensive tackle positions. When it comes to their turn to pick in round 1, they should not stray from those needs. Steelers rumors, Insider gives another optimistic Aaron Rodgers update. The Aaron Rodgers free agency saga has dragged on into April now, even though there is a clear likely destination. The Pittsburgh Steelers are still the front-runners to land Rodgers despite a drawn-out free agency that has been quiet in recent weeks. Despite the lack of noise surrounding the two parties, the Steelers still feel pretty good about their chances of landing a future Hall of Fame quarterback, according to ESPN's Jeremy Fowler on SportsCenter. I'm told from the Steelers they do remain optimistic, but nothing has changed from when Art Rooney, team president, addressed the media at the owners' meetings on Tuesday that they feel good about this shaking out that Rodgers will be a Pittsburgh Steeler, Fowler said, per Scott Polacek of Bleacher Report. Part of the reason the Steelers will still feel good about their chances of landing Rodgers is because most of the other possible landing spots have already filled their quarterback vacancies. The New York Giants have signed both Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson, and other teams such as the Seattle Seahawks and Tennessee Titans both seem to have their next moves at quarterback planned out. Rodgers could also opt to retire from football instead of playing with the Steelers, but that would be a pretty drastic 180 from where he was just a month or so ago. As it stands, the Steelers and Rodgers seem like as good of a match as he is going to find on paper. Rodgers could use a team with a good ecosystem around him as he finishes up his career, and the Steelers can provide a good defense, a solid play caller in Arthur Smith, and 2 talented wide receivers in George Pickens and DK Metcalf. From the other side, Rodgers would be an upgrade for the Steelers at quarterback after the lackluster play that they got from both Justin Fields and Russell Wilson at the position last season. Whether Aaron Rodgers would actually be able to turn the Steelers into a Super Bowl contender remains to be seen, but he is as good of a chance as they have at the moment, which makes this a smart risk to take. And you, fan? What do you think about Aaron Rodgers' situation? Write to us in the comments.